Hello, Patreon. It is I, Captain Logan.
It is I, Eric.
And welcome back to
Tis
Geekvolution.
I.
After Dark! It's been a long time since we brought you one of these, and we are so excited to come back and do it for you again. I want to thank all of our patrons for sticking around, especially folks that stuck around and helped out during the hiatus. You guys are wonderful. You did not have to do that. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And for everybody else that has popped back in, thanks for being here. And for new folks, greetings. Good to see you, or good to be seen by you. Eric and I are going to continue Geekvolution After Dark through the relaunch. We have relaunched the channel. We've got new cool stuff going on. The relaunch is actually starting this very day, and we wanted to make sure and have one of these for you as that was starting, and we are planning to continue this series. So we're stoked. We're ecstatic. Eric, what have you been doing during the break?
Not a lot. Working and trying to get a new job and all of that. I started a new job in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So congrats. You're going to get paid more.
Maybe. That reminds me, I gotta text my mom. I don't,
Maybe you're getting your job?
They're doing a background check, and they're trying to,
Are you worried about the background check? Is there any reason to be worried about that?
Well, they emailed me and said, hey, we need, your college diploma. Well, I was homeschooled. I don't have a diploma. So I messaged my mom, and she said she was gonna do it after dinner, because there's, a thing that you could do to just, make a diploma. For homeschooled or whatever, it's what she would have done if I was going to go to college to present a diploma.
Okay, sure.
But I just realized she didn't send me that, and I'm on a timetable because I'm supposed to start. I guess not next week, but the week after that. But I'd like to get all that squared away as soon as possible.
Hopefully you can get that going. Yeah, goodness.
No kidding.
Eric's gonna be preoccupied. Don't mind him.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever worked a job where you had to present a physical diploma.
I never worked a job where it ever came up in my background check.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So as coming up, were they worried you didn't go to high school?
I don't know.
Okay.
They also didn't seem to understand what homeschooled is.
Really?
Well, yeah, because I put my education was homeschooled, and they're like, at this homeschooled school, like that, where it's
really?
where they just had verify it, but it was weird.
That's strange.
Yeah.
Did you realize how popular that's getting?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people do it now.
Yeah, the public school system is shit.
Yeah, there's I forgot this is After Dark. You know what? I'm going to agree with you. The public school system is shit, and...
I got a shit into the Endgame review. Did you know that?
Now, to be fair...
I got a bullshit into the Endgame review.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice it? In the middle of the Endgame review, and I didn't notice it?
It's because I beat myself up and just looked through all the... but yeah, it's timestamp 1 hour and 25 minutes in, I say bullshit.
Good job. Well done.
Yeah.
No, I'm really impressed with you.
I also got the goddammit in there, but we knew about that one.
Yeah, but we caught that.
Yeah.
But you got it past the censors, and the censors is me. And well done.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Yeah. I also didn't know I did it until they're a bunch of comments were language.
I feel like that's great though. That's fun though. I feel like
no one was complaining. They were just ooh, Eric said.
He said a naughty word, and they didn't cut it out. I feel like that video more than anything we've made in a very long time.
It's just people shooting me in the head over and over and over again.
Well, I also agree with you. That's not feeling though. That's just fact. But no, I'm sorry. I feel like that video more than anything we've made in a long time together is the one where I forget I'm making a video.
Well,
and that's probably how you got that in, right? I mean, it was a 2-hour video. We just kept going, and I kept having to remind myself there was a camera there. It was like shooting one of these.
Yeah. And we hadn't shot one exactly really in a while. I mean, we did Hellboy, but that was 20 minutes maybe.
That's true. It had been a while since we did that last omnibus, and we tend to talk longer when we haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Which I guess is a good thing. You know, it's evidence that we're still enjoying. You know, making stuff together.
Well, and it was such a big move. There's so much.
It was just so much to.
But all I did was complain about hair.
That is not all you did.
If you look at the comments for the video, apparently all I did was complain about people's hairstyle. Which, by the way, was realistic 5 years later.
Look, you and I had, obviously, different experiences with that movie, but that was one of my favorite discussions we've had.
That was a good discussion, because we were on completely opposite viewpoints, but, I don't know if we actually disagreed with each other.
Not a lot.
It was a lot of just yeah, it didn't work for me. Yeah, that worked for me.
Yeah.
But, we were
but on
this is the
details,
same point, but, yeah.
Yeah, but neither of us liked Fat Thor.
No, Fat Thor was awful.
You know, we both did. Dan really hates Fat Thor. Fat Thor 4?
Yeah. Well, no, just 4. Just Fat Thor.
4. Oh, okay.
4.
Yeah.
It never works. It's like Frog Thor. You can't.
I was gonna say Frog Thor. You
it.
can't really make work. That's actually the next thing I was gonna say. Trogdor.
Yeah.
Trogdor. Let's go ahead and get to some topics. Oh, you know what? Before we get to topics, I wanted to remind everybody that is not already participating about the super secret society we just started, the Secret Superhero Screen Society.
How strict is that name?
What do you mean?
Are
you saying you don't like it? You'd like me to change it?
No.
How strict is that? Could we not have 4 S's in a row cap? It sucks.
No. Like the I want to say I posted something.
Oh, how does it have to be superhero?
And screen.
Yeah. I've been
Or is that just a fun name?
No. So it was. The thing is, I didn't actually sit down and explain the group to you before I invited you to the group.
No, you did not.
I did send you the Patreon post to explain what it was. Oh, you didn't? Well,
I don't think so. I don't think I did.
That explains a lot, actually. Do you even realize it's a Patreon-only group?
I do understand that.
Do you understand that?
I do understand that.
And that you're exempt from the Patreon thing because you work on the channel?
Yes. Okay,
I
do you understand all of these
Do you get why you're there?
Because I'm on the channel, I'd imagine.
Yes, that's why you're there.
Yeah.
No, because I invited people.
Is Dan a patron?
No.
I didn't think
but
so.
he's like a regular
he's also
contributor.
on the channel.
So I invited people in who I thought the
Geekvolution alumni.
Who I thought the patrons would want to talk to if they wanted to come in. And that's not to say that you guys have to participate, but if you happen to, that would be a selling point and people would enjoy that. It's been so much more fun for everybody, I think, because especially the 3 of us have been there. But anyway, DJ asked me a similar question today. He was like, "How strict are we gonna be on that?" Because I see people occasionally post things where like that doesn't have anything to do with superhero stuff. The point of the group, since you didn't read the thing, the point of the group is that
I assume it was just everybody talking, right? Is it not that?
It is, but it was designed to be a place where people could have a direct line to me to talk about superhero movies. They're talking about superhero stuff on screen. So movies, television, and video games.
I feel like I got away from that really fast.
But that's still mostly what's being talked about.
It is. But like other things have come up too.
Yeah, but I think most of that's your fault because you didn't understand what the group was. I think that
might be.
That's not true though. There are other people that knew what the group was that have also been doing that.
Okay.
Until it gets.
Most of my things are based around comics and
You're
superheroes.
fine. And I'm cool with some comic talk in the middle of it because there are enough people there that aren't into comics that they're going to bring it to a screenplay. Anything, that's all they know. Or anyway, that's all they know.
There was that poll for like how many people who's reading comics, who's not reading comics. Like 14 are reading, 4 are not.
Oh, I thought the not reading was even higher than that.
Maybe it's 6. It's substantially less than the reading.
Okay. Well, that kind of makes sense. But also we've got 32 people in, so some people haven't taken the poll.
Yeah.
So who knows about the rest of that? That's still a pretty big sample set.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's I'm not gonna start harping on it until it becomes like number 10 on the list of things people are talking about. Like if superhero things aren't if superhero movies aren't the majority of the posts, I'll probably say something. But right now I don't feel the need to.
Well, no, there's someone posted a thing about like just like, hey, what are you reading? And then I posted one. I was like, hey, what are you watching?
I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah.
That's totally cool. And because it's us all getting to know each other better, and that is becoming a pretty tight group pretty quickly. So I
recognize all those names and have like a better sense of a lot of the patrons' personalities and things like that.
And I just want to thank everybody who's been in that group. It's only been open for about a week, a little less than a week, and like. There's so much activity all the time. And I'm not expecting it necessarily to stay that active, because, like, it's a new thing and everybody's excited about it. But, like, people are posting really interesting things and really thoughtful things, and there's been some really great, like, respectful debate. There's not drama in that group so far. It's been wonderful. It's been a great breath of fresh air. And I also want to say that I appreciate the comments that people have made giving me credit for starting the group, but I think people are giving me too much credit.
Because it's a Facebook feature?
Because, exactly. Because
you didn't build the
like
software that made...
It was just the nicest thing. It made my day, but I didn't deserve it. Where somebody put in a post and they were like, Cap, this is like a mix of all of the best things about the channel, and I get to be like involved in this, and thank you so much for doing it. And like I was appreciative, but all I did, this is the thing. This makes me feel almost kind of bad, because all I did was start a group, have other people participate in it, and ask them for money.
That's true. That's true.
But anyway, it's been so much fun.
Yes.
And yeah, we've been having a great time doing that. Eric, let's do some topics. What would you like to talk about first, sir?
Let's play a game.
Let's.
Pitch a terrible video game movie like the new Sonic movie. Reverse engineer a video game into a bad movie.
Okay. Do you have one right away, or do you want me to do it first?
I do have one.
Okay, go ahead, and then I'll come up with one.
So we're in like a medical facility, right? Like a science lab of some kind. And you see like lightning flash, whatnot, and like scientists like working on something. And they make Spyro the Dragon, and it's Spyro trying to escape from the people that made him in the real world. Just trying to escape this lab of the people that created a dragon, and then like he goes off in the world, and he like meets like some kind of like fumbling, bumbling nobody that like needs to like find confidence or whatever, and they're like, "You're a dragon," and then so basically the Sonic movie. But no, I feel like the most obvious thing to do with Sonic or Crash or like any of the like animal-based ones is like, well, they were made in the lab, and now they have to deal with the real world.
I mean,
it's also every animated
not to defend
movie too.
What we know so far about the Sonic movie, but
it's not that bad.
Sonic isn't made in a lab.
Do we know that?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, if they
come from Mobius?
If they didn't reinvent it from the ground up, the Sony leaks made it clear that it's like the Mario movie, where he comes from another dimension and he gets there through a ring.
Which is
like
I
the
guess
rings
that is
are
kind of how rings
portals. Kind of.
For the special rings, and you jump in them.
Yeah, we use them as portals. Yeah, but
sometimes.
I would do it with a Chaos Emerald.
Well, yes, of course.
It's weird that it's not a Chaos
But that's if
Emerald.
they were making like a Sonic.
Right. Oh man, so now I have to reverse engineer. I'm trying to decide where I even want to start. Okay, I'm gonna pitch.
I assume that they're all gonna be kids movies because that seems to be the easy place to go.
Yeah. I'm gonna pitch Bubsy.
Okay.
And Bubsy is.
How are they gonna mess up Bubsy?
Well, I'll tell you how they're gonna mess up Bubsy, Eric. They're gonna make him a guy who works on a kids show, and he's in a bobcat suit. And,
like a mascot, like a.
Yeah, and his favorite pastime is hang gliding.
Okay. Okay.
That's how you get the gliding thing.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I can fuck up Bubsy.
Yeah.
I can fuck it up all day long. Absolutely. And
is he like trapped in the suit? Like he's stuck as Bubsy?
He's Rhino. Yeah. He's stuck as Bubsy, and he
I am Bubsy.
And maybe he's even stuck in the hang glider, and he has to like glide. And there's an alien invasion, and the aliens want yarn balls.
Okay.
But that's just right out of the game, so I guess I gotta find a way to fuck that up too, because then it's too much like the game. So maybe it's like, I don't know, some mad scientist that needs yarn balls to like make something, or maybe
they misunderstood and thought they were like spaghetti balls, and it's spaghetti balls in the movie because they thought they were spaghetti balls.
And maybe Bubsy has like an obsessive compulsive disorder for stealing yarn balls. Maybe he's like a yarn ball klepto.
And at the very end of the movie, he has like a thing where he's like, "Oh, they want yarn balls." He starts throwing them at him. He's just got like a bunch of them.
Yes. No, we could. This could work. This really could work.
They're supposed to make something that can't work.
I mean, but it would suck ass, but it would work.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could fuck up Bubsy. I can do that all day long. That was fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Oh, and also in Spyro,
I just want to do
something.
more.
There would just be like dragonflies. There'll be like one scene where he's jumping around. There's like dragonflies because that's a thing in the Spyro games.
Yeah. How do you do the? Do you have any kind of interpretation or representation of the goals at the end of the levels that like transport you somewhere?
Maybe that's what the thing that makes him looks like in the lab. We kind of make it look like that.
You know what I want that to be in the Sonic movie? I want that to be the turnpike. I want it to be like the markers in Sonic levels. I want it to be like you pay the toll at the turnpike and then it just goes.
It's not
And you pass through it.
But you know the bad guy in Crash Bandicoot?
No.
Nitro?
I've never played that.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
Okay. I'm just gonna
You gave Jason those games for Christmas, though. I should play them.
Has he played them?
Because I never have. I don't think
I know
he has.
he's playing
he
one
played
of them
some
for a little
Spyro,
bit.
but I don't think he's looked at Crash yet. He's so behind on video games, but I will remind him, and I will tell him that you're offended. And I will guilt trip him into playing the games that you bought him. That's what I will do, because I am a horrible father. I'm not going to do any of these things, by the way.
I don't remember what the villain's name is.
Next time I have to pay the toll when I go to Topeka. I'm just going to drive. I'm going to pay my $3.50 and then I'm going to go.
Okay, so his name is Neo Cortex. That's who that is.
Oh yeah, I've seen him.
Okay.
Sure.
Peter Dinklage?
Absolutely.
Peter Dinklage, right?
The only possible
just
answer.
should be Peter Dinklage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure we're all on the same page. All right.
We are indeed. Oh, that was fun. That's fine. I don't have anything that fun. Well, since you did that, I actually put the Sonic trailer on here as just a thing to talk about.
Okay.
Because I haven't done that yet, and I keep meaning to make a Captain's Vlog for Patreon to talk about that.
How many times have you watched it?
3.
Okay, because I watched it once,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes when you bring it up, you'll bring up things I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I watched it one time, like, I wasn't paying that much attention. Like,
Well,
I'm just not dissecting
We
it.
don't have to have a full-blown discussion about it. I mostly wanted to bring up the crazy, unprecedented thing that has happened with this, where we're gonna... So many people complain, and it's clear that the movie is gonna bomb. Like, it's clear to the studio at this point. When you have that many thumbs downs, like, you're looking at Ghostbusters numbers at this point, or worse. Because this isn't even a thing that there was already a big base for. I mean, like... A real pure Sonic movie, yes, there would have been, but like from the beginning, we could tell this is not really close enough to Sonic. That like it's just a dumb kids movie. Ghostbusters wasn't that; it was still meant for adults, you know, and it was still pitched to the people who liked Ghostbusters, especially that initial teaser with the whole 30 years after.
Yeah.
So they knew that was the audience that they had to try to get that audience.
It's like the Smurfs movie. Like, if there's Smurfs
just
fans,
like
it's not for the Smurfs fans. I assume they're Smurfs.
The
fans.
5 of those.
Yeah. Well, I assume they all died off. Like I
That
assume
was a
Smurfs,
while ago. Yeah.
They're all like post 70, right? Like Smurfs fans are old people.
Yeah. You know, it'd be like if you made a Crispy Critters movie. Like, most people that eat that cereal are not with us anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, that's not true. That was around when I was a kid. But most of us don't remember that. Anyway, so it's just the first thing that came to mind. I can fuck up, Bubsy. Anyway, so with Sonic, it should have already been clear to them that movie wasn't going to perform, or that there was going to be a lot of backlash when they finally put out a trailer, because when we got the leaked images, and the leaked images turned out to be the look for that thing, people were a little bit unsure if that was going to be the final design. Oh, nope, it was, and it looks terrible. So instead of changing it then when they should have, they waited until they put a trailer out.
I think that what they thought they were looking at was a vocal minority. Because here's the thing. This is what happens every time one of these comes out. Is fans go, well, that looks terrible. That doesn't look anything like it's supposed to look. And everyone else comes along and punches you in the face and go, no, shut up, you're just being a fanboy. Shut up, you're just being a fanboy. And I think they just expected that to happen. I think they thought the rest of the world was going to cover them and be like, no, you just don't like it when things change. And then everyone was like, no, this is really bad.
There are just designs you don't fuck with. Yeah. Or you don't fuck that much with. I mean, like, Sonic has 2 arguably definitive designs,
I believe he will still be furry.
Probably so. But that's the least of our problems.
Yeah.
Just make the eyes right, and I'm more okay. It just doesn't look like Sonic. It just doesn't look
at
all
shave
like
his
Sonic.
arms.
Yeah, but like, I don't
Fix
love
his
that.
shoes.
But at the very least, just give him the right eyes, and you're already 50%
and
there. For
proportion him a little bit better.
Yeah.
He doesn't look too far from the werehog.
No, that's true. That's a good point. He does kind of look like that. But anyway, I hadn't thought of that.
I hadn't either until just now.
But like, I don't mean to sound like a raging fanboy with this, but I think in this particular case, the fanboys are right. Like, once we got the trailer, it also looks like a really uninspired watered down, just like, generic movie for kids. It doesn't look like it would appeal to anybody that likes Sonic. And you couldn't say that about, say, Ninja Turtles, right? Like the 2014 Ninja Turtles, I don't like those designs either. But when we got that first trailer, it's like, okay, it kind of looks like a Ninja Turtles.
It looks like a Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a Ninja Turtles movie.
Sure. And
we
it's
have
not...
to get back to that, too. Or we have to start the IDW Ninja Turtles.
Yes, we do. I was like, wait, we have to watch those movies again?
No.
Why the fuck do we have to do that?
Sorry.
I mean, I haven't done a rewind on the second one, but yeah, why do we have to do that?
Yeah.
Yes, we do need to get back to IDW. And
well, we need to start IDW. Because we did Mirage, we haven't started IDW.
Yes, we did. Boy, that was fun.
Yeah.
Going through those. That was great. And prepared me for the Ninja Turtles rewind that I'm about to put out.
Oh, great. Yeah, because you're familiar with the source
material. A lot more to say about that with the source material. And actually, I could have said a lot more, but I didn't want to spend the whole video just talking about that. But this is like that, I don't want to say in reverse, but like, okay, so I said in the rewind for 2014 Ninja Turtles that they maybe should have stuck to their gun, not actually knowing what the script looked like. They maybe should have stuck to their guns and not just listened to the fans and went, okay, we didn't really want to make a Ninja Turtles movie, but we know it's not going to work with this other idea we had with the alien thing and all of that. So we're gonna go back to the well, and we're gonna do it the way we're gonna do this half-hearted version that's kind of generic and like what the fans are expecting. And from a business standpoint, that was probably the right move, because it's not a great movie and it's really dumb, but it more than made its money back. It made enough to make a sequel. If it didn't seem at all like Ninja Turtles, it would not have done that. So from that standpoint, that was the right move. Not knowing what the script looked like, it might have been a better movie. It might have been a better story. I don't know. I've not seen this movie, but just... And you can't take too much from trailers, but it's pretty clear, I think, kind of what this is. I don't think that's likely. I don't think it's likely that if they had just stuck to their guns, it doesn't look like a thing where they had a vision. The Ninja Turtles thing, they might have had a vision. Might not have been what we wanted. Might not have been Ninja Turtles, but they might have had a vision. This feels like a thing nobody really wanted to make. It's just we've got this property.
Well, and I want to say I saw something
that people have heard of.
That basically said that's how it happened, right?
Yeah.
Where like a company started making it, and then they decided not to make it, but they were so far along they sold the assets to a different company to finish make. Like
it started as a Sony thing.
Yeah. That's
it
how
looks like a Sony movie.
Yeah. The thing that really bothers me is there's like a video, like there's a couple of videos that have shown up in like my YouTube feed now, where it's like people looking like really excited, and like the tagline's like, "We did it, guys! They're fixing the Sonic movie," and I'm like, "No, they're not. They're gonna make him look more like Sonic. The movie's still gonna be dog shit.
Yeah.
It still looks awful. They're not reshooting it. They're not rewriting it. Nothing's fixed. It's fucked."
Yeah, you know what? When we go to the Enterprise Bridge in Star Trek Discovery Season 2, it all sounds like TOS. That doesn't make it good. You know? Oh, Pike's got a gold uniform bookending the season. Doesn't make it good. Star Trek Discovery Season 2 is better than first season, but it's still really bad.
This is unprecedented, and it's almost kind of unfortunate.
We have a review of that coming soon, by the way. Not with Eric.
Not with me.
Eric did not.
I did not watch it.
Your brain cells are going to be better than my brain cells because you.
Well, I didn't watch season 1. I watched the first 4 episodes. I'm like, this isn't what I've come to like about Star Trek. I'm out.
It's not what I came to like about Star Trek 25 years ago.
But no. This isn't a win in any way. This is not like fixing the design now doesn't fix the movie.
It is a win.
Is it? Because it tells companies they can't just fuck with designs like that.
Oh well, no, that's a good point. I wasn't being that thoughtful.
Okay,
it's a minor win in that if I choose to go see it, and I don't want to,
you'll at least be looking at something.
I at least don't have to stare at that for 2 hours.
Yeah, but to me, it's a much bigger win if a studio like comes out and was like, you know what, you guys are right. We made a dog shit movie. Let's start over. Page 1 rewrite. We're gonna remake this movie.
Yeah. So like, what do you? Because I've been getting this complaint from some people who haven't liked my Facebook posts about this. Because I've been real vocal about how ridiculous this whole thing is to me and how it's just Mario all over again.
It will not be as good as the Super Mario Brothers.
I think it looks worse than that. Yeah.
I like the Super Mario Brothers.
I'm saying it looks worse. I don't usually do this with trailers.
Super Mario Brothers has a lot of I don't want to say reverence for the material because it doesn't have reverence for the material, but like there's a lot of Mario stuff in that movie.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like it's gonna have a lot of Sonic stuff
But it looks like
movie.
it's gonna be like that in that it's all like representative. The thing that drives me crazy about this is it's like with the exception of the fact that you have a CG hedgehog, it's like the Sonic movie you would have made in 1993, in where it's like, we don't have the budget to do the actual Sonic-y stuff.
It's like the Sonic cartoon that's made by Deke.
So we're just gonna, well, sort of, but like, I think even that would have looked more like Sonic, because this is like, okay, Deke, because this is like, well, we're gonna have a reference to Green Hill Zone, but it's just gonna be like a sign, like it's just a place in the real world, things like that, which makes it feel like we just don't have the budget to do real Sonic stuff. But with the budget they have, they could have made a just CG animated movie and done all the Sonic stuff.
Which is what it should have been in the first place.
That's probably what it should have been in the first place. Now, I'm not saying the live-action Sonic movie couldn't work. I don't care for human beings apart from Robotnik in the Sonic stuff.
It's not a live-action movie? You run that into that Lion King problem? Like, is it live-action if all of the characters are...
No, I'm saying you could do a live-action movie where Sonic goes into a city that looks like one of our cities with human beings, and it still feels more like a Sonic thing. All you have to do is adapt Sonic Adventure.
Yeah,
and then you're fine.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say
you could do that. So
I'm a bit younger than you, so like I like the Sonic Adventure stuff. So like that's not super alien to me. It's not what I want from Sonic.
You want what I want. You do want Mobius and all that.
I don't just want Mobius. Like I want it to. Okay, I mean, like if they did that Sonic cartoon, the dark one, that would be cool. But like me. I want a world where, like, the streets circle for no fucking reason and things like that.
You know what else is crazy about this? This is the time to make the pure Sonic movie based on the first couple of games, because...
You're cashing on nostalgia? Like that's what parents are now remembering, is everyone remembers the loops, right?
That's not what I was going to say.
Okay.
You're right. No, I was going to go into an entirely different place. Environmental PSA, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Now is the time.
Absolutely.
Because you can get away with being as preachy as you want to about that in a Sonic movie. Just make fucking Fern Gully and you're good. Like,
yeah.
That's what they, just make, like, now is the time to make Sonic and Captain Planet.
And I don't think...
And do them straight.
I don't think it's that hard. Like, I don't need Sonic to be... like some kind of like big dark epic. I mean, like I like it when it goes to those places. Like this can literally just be a fun kids movie.
Yeah, but you can also have the undertones of like
all of his friends got turned into robots.
Yeah,
and
that's the thing is you can do the fear of AI stuff at the same time, or like we're all getting turned into robots at the same time as you're doing like we're fucking up the world because like we have this bad guy who's the personification of global warming or whatever, or of I guess pollution. I should say more pollution, chemical.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's all stuff that like leads to climate change,
Well, yeah, but he would be pollution that causes climate change, as opposed to the face of climate change.
Robotic face of climate change. But what do you? So let me ask you this, because I've been getting this complaint from people. What do you say to people who say, yeah, but Cap, like, shouldn't you like stick to your guns? Shouldn't you like stick to the original vision? Like,
here's the thing. Changing it tells me that there wasn't a vision, right? Like this was a fucking committee job. Like this wasn't the director and the writer didn't sit down and go like, now we're gonna make Sonic look like this because we have this grand vision for Sonic. Like this was like they sat the picture of Sonic down and they got like 16 parents in a room and they said, okay, what do you think about this? They're like, well, why wouldn't he be cold? His arms are exposed. So like, okay,
that's great.
Yeah, right. Like it's a committee hit job designed clearly.
Or somebody said like, well, he doesn't look anything like a hedgehog. They're like, oh, we got to go look and see what a real hedgehog.
Yeah. What does a hedgehog look like? Oh, okay. All of his things come out of just the top of his head. They don't run down his back. Like
he's got to have smaller eyes.
Yeah, he's got to have smaller. Those eyes are disconcerting. Like let's make smaller eyes. It doesn't.
He comes from another universe. Why does he have to look realistic? I don't know.
Nothing in this movie looks like a vision. If this movie looked like a piece, I guess I agree with that. Even
if it's not what you want, and like not what you ought to do if you're adapting.
Yeah,
material.
I guess I'm more interested, but like I don't think this is the director's vision. Like I don't think this is. I don't think he was passionate one way or the other about Sonic's design, right? Like that's not the impression I'm getting.
Me neither.
From anyone involved or the trailer.
No, they're real apologetic about it. They're like, "Oh, sorry, I guess that's not what you wanted," you know. And
yeah, our bad. We'll fix it. We'll fix it in post.
I'm also also hearing people. We'll do it live.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
You know what I want to happen? I want there to be a scene because they're gonna give us the
just
exact
live
same.
Stream the movie as they're fixing the design scene by scene.
We'll see the entire movie without Sonic in it. Like, fine, you guys don't like it, we just won't put Sonic in the movie. We'll just have Cyclops talking to no one. James Marsden. But,
Poor James Marsden.
what I want... I know. You
just can't catch a break.
If I were James Marsden, I would never gamble. Like, I would never walk into a casino. No. Do not put money on the roulette table.
Nope.
Don't do that.
Nope.
But yeah, what I want to see happen, Eric, is a scene where somebody is saying is commenting on what Sonic looks like and saying something that does not remotely resemble what he looks like now, because they're going to give us the exact same movie with a totally different design.
Hairy.
I want there to be a line about something that just doesn't even match now.
What if they do it like the Tick? We're like, well, we can't redesign all of it. So by the end of the movie, he'll look like Sonic. At the beginning of the movie, he'll look like this design.
That would be
crazy. And he's like molting or something like throughout the movie. So like they didn't have to change that much. Like we only have to change in the last 15 minutes. There
have to be a reshoot somewhere where somebody comments on it, right?
No.
No?
No comments. We don't have the money for that.
So yeah, this is a really weird train wreck. I've never seen anything like this.
No, and it's gonna make like $6. Okay, here's the thing.
Finish the sentence. $6.
I was gonna say it's gonna make $6, right?
Sentence.
Right? That's what you think. But what about all these people that go, we won, they fixed the movie, he looks like Sonic, therefore it's a good movie. I think it actually could have potential to make more money than it in any way deserves.
That's unfortunate.
Am I wrong?
No.
Like all these people being like we won, guys. They're fixing the movie. Like those people are gonna go see that movie.
I think enough of them are also saying, obviously, the real Robotnik doesn't show up until the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Mm.
I think a lot of those people still won't go.
I'm hoping it still does poorly, but I think there's a lot of people that will just be like, oh yeah, the only thing that was important was what Sonic looked like, and I'll go see this movie now because they fixed it. For us! They did it for us, guys! Let's go!
Yeah, that's the last thing I wanted to mention about this, is I'm also getting people saying, but Cap, like, you have to applaud the director for choosing to do this. And I'm like,
the director didn't do shit. A committee made this, and the president of whatever company this is said, oh, okay, well, change it.
That's got to be expensive. That's got to be a studio decision. Like, just because the director came out on Twitter and said, we're fixing it, I don't feel like...
The director, by the way, if you look at his credentials, has done nothing.
Oh, really?
He did like a short film in 2008.
Like if I'm wrong, here's the thing. If you and I talked about this earlier.
If there's an article,
if you went to bat for it and said, look, this isn't what the fans want, and we made a mistake, and we should change it. Fine, but it looks like damage control.
Yeah, and
it's expensive damage control. Yeah. You can't tell me that's not another couple $100,000. I mean, that's a lot of, or more. I mean, it's got to be more than that, right? Because you got a lot
million.
You got man hours.
Yeah. No, we shouldn't applaud this director.
Unless there's something we don't know.
No, and unless that's the case, but like, no, he didn't pick this design in the first place. Like, he is a cog in a machine. He didn't pick this design, and he did not choose to fix this design.
And if he
we'll see what that. I'm willing to bet money it is not going to be fixed. I'm betting the eyes get bigger and the arms get shaved, and maybe that's it. Like, I don't think it's going to look as different as people think it will.
You think it'll still be that much lighter blue and?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I could not have conceived of that, but of the Sonic that they made.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's exactly the movie Sonic design you would expect.
You know what it looks like to me? It looks like a concept design, a concept drawing that eventually leads you to the cooler, hipper looking Sonic. It looks like an early draft.
Yeah, like okay, if we want to make it more realistic, we'd look like this. Okay, we'll put the eyes back and let's fix his legs because they're freakish.
No, I mean like back when Sonic was first invented.
Oh, I see. What
As if you're like here's your first pass at a hedgehog, and you're like, no, but it's a video game, so it needs to be heightened, and you know, and then like let's get the spikes bigger, and let's grow his eyes out, and let's go with a deeper blue, and let's let it shine a little. Maybe it doesn't need to be furry, and the light can hit. I don't want people to think that all I give a shit about is the design of the character. If the movie looked really fun and imaginative, but the design was just stupid.
Well, the design looked like it fit with the world that they created.
Yeah, fine. But there's no reason it can't, which is why they're doing it. Yeah. There's no reason it couldn't have looked right in the first place.
Yeah.
It feels like a major symptom of a bigger problem is the point I'm trying to make. Which is why I can't just go, okay, well, if you fix the design, then I'm fine with it, and the movie will be great, because that's not my only problem with it.
Yeah, the fact that you can do that and it doesn't change the movie at all.
And obviously, I want to be excited. I'm also hearing people say, well, Cap, nothing would have made you happy. I'm like, I was so excited about Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Yeah,
and I wasn't sure
about it.
I still think he might be great in it.
Why is he so skinny? Because we came to this after the trailer came out, where I was like, whoa, Robotnik's supposed to be a bigger guy, and I was like, well, he's egg-shaped. He's got skinny arms, legs. Of course, you got skinny actor. You put him in a fat suit.
So you can see he's a good pick now.
Yeah. Why isn't he in the fat suit?
I don't know. Well, because it's the origin of Robotnik. Apparently, they got to do that.
God.
I know.
But no,
because I want to go pay $11 to see. Like a movie get me to where I wanted to get. I'm so tired of that.
The thing I don't understand.
You know what? You haven't seen this yet. You know what I loved about the Pikachu movie? It didn't do that. It just threw us in the Pokemon world and like, if you don't know anything about Pokemon, you're gonna find out about them through this movie. But we're not gonna like hold your hand and shit. It's just here's a Pokemon world. This is gonna sound crazy. They made a movie for people who like Pokemon. And this doesn't look like that's what Sonic is.
In their defense, that's at least 7 to 15 times the size of the Sonic fan base at this point. But here's the thing I hate about people.
It's fair, but can't we make a thing they like and then win over more of an audience?
Boy, you'd think so.
Because like with Star Trek 09, I know I always go to this. The conventional wisdom was we got to make it a big, loud, giant action movie to like bring in the masses, and it worked. But you can do that and also tell a good science fiction driven story, because most of the Star Trek movies before that were also big, loud action movies.
Yeah, Wrath of Khan is an action movie. Like, it's not an action movie. Like, there's maybe 2 fight scenes in there.
But it feels like one.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, First Contact is dumber and louder than a lot of Star Trek stuff, but it still feels more like a Star Trek thing.
You know who would make a great Star Trek movie? Or who would have been a much better choice than J.J. Abrams to direct a Star Trek movie? Christopher Nolan.
Sure.
Right? Like, he likes talking movies, he can do action.
And he would have loved all that nautical stuff.
Yeah.
Like he would have gone kind of in the Meyer direction.
Yeah. Christopher Nolan should have made Star Trek 09.
Yeah.
Instead of Dark Knight Rises. But
I just think you can win the fan base back over and still appeal to some masses at least.
I think
it's possible to do that.
I hate it when people come out and they're like, well, nothing would have made you happy. You just can't be pleased. And then you're like, okay, well, what about these Sonic cartoons I like? Or the Sonic comics that, like, are little kiddie, but, like, still fun and enjoyable?
Well, they could say, well, that's nostalgia and that's from a million years ago, but I'm reading the I'm reading the IDW Sonic comics now, and they fucking rock, so...
Yeah. Ian Flynn should have written the movie. Like, I'm sorry. Right?
See, and now it hurts my feelings.
Like...
Yeah.
He writes it exactly the right level for a kid's movie that like... adults can enjoy too, or at the very least, like you don't want to kill yourself while you watch the movie your kids want to watch. So you put out 50 of those a year, right? The kids' movies that, like, if a parent goes to see it, they just want to hang themselves.
I wish I ended up liking Detective Pikachu quite a bit, and I kind of wish the Sonic movie hadn't been in production yet, and that guy got to direct it, because I think it would have looked great.
It's also weird because it does feel the Sonic trailer looks dated already. Like in a world post.
It's so mid-2000s.
Ready Player One?
Yeah!
Like, just the nostalgia boom we're in. How did you not make Sonic and go, we're cashing in on 90s nostalgia. He's gonna look like the Sonic you remember.
Yeah.
How does that not your
And
first?
at the very least, how does he not have any kind of edge or cool factor at all? Like, I would think you'd err
Even
too
if it's
far
even if
on
it's
the
like
other direction, where
Yes.
you'd make him look like the original like Mr. Needlemouse or whatever, where like he'd have like fangs and shit. You know, I think you'd err too far in the other direction.
Yeah, he doesn't look cool.
No,
It's like they don't understand that Sonic was supposed to be cool.
no kind of edge or anything, but they're still playing it like he has that attitude.
Yeah,
It's weird.
and it makes a certain amount of sense with the voice actor who I like. I like him from things.
I don't have a problem with the voice, really.
No, I don't either. He was good casting. It's unfortunate that it's the movie that it is.
Yeah.
Because I think he would have made a fine Sonic. I also would have been fine with bringing back Urkel.
Yeah. Sure.
But yeah, it's just.
I don't think that fan film that came out a few years ago helps this at all. If anybody remembers that.
I had forgotten about that.
Because there was
where they did like a Kickstarter to get him to voice the
and it was good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched it.
I did.
It was pretty
I
good.
think those are the same guys that made that Mega Man movie that was okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But it was a full blown it's like a 2.5 hour, like 3 hour Mega Man fan.
Because this thing was like a 10-minute short film that was kind of like establishing, what a Sonic movie would look like.
No, I did watch that, but how long ago was that? That was a long time ago.
It was a while back. 2012, 2011.
That sounds about right. Yeah, no, I'd forgotten that.
That's cool.
Right now. Yeah.
But yeah, they got him back.
Cool.
Okay, we got like 20 minutes left, and I've talked
like
about Sonic 2. Like, yeah, that's his name. What else would you like to talk about, Eric?
What do I have?
Thanks for talking about that with me, man.
Yeah. Oh, I've still got Neocortex.
I was gonna make a whole separate video on that, but I'm glad I got Eric here to talk about that. That was fun.
Okay, so this actually springs out of the super secret superhero society, marching society.
I was thinking that when I came up with that name.
When you said it's all S's, I was like, oh yes, like the Mary Marvel Marching Society.
That's why I did that.
So, which is why I didn't know how serious the title was.
DJ's working on a logo. I gave him an impossible task. I said, put 4 S's in the Superman crest. He's like, I'm not sure how to make that look good. I'm like, I don't have any other ideas.
Too bunched up, or
so you know what I did? And he doesn't like. Let me show you what he made. Or what he started with. Because,
so what I immediately thought of how to do it ends up looking too much like a swastika. You put like the S's like in a T formation, but then that might look a little like a swastika.
Yeah, this is not like a final product or anything, and he wasn't happy with it. He was like, okay, I've worked on something. Let me send it to you and show you. This is what he started with.
Okay.
I never would have thought of that.
I wouldn't have either.
But it's just layered. It's 3 S's behind an S. I don't hate it. I think it could work.
I don't know. I don't think it gets across 4 S's is the problem. I think it looks like...
That's what I think. I think the only way...
it looks 3D.
But do you think it works with the title under it? Do you think as long as you have the name of it with it?
I think that is possible that is one of those images where like someone looks at for like a year and goes, oh, it's 4 S's.
That's why you did that. It just looked like shadows. Anyway. But it springs out of the...
But yes, this springs out of this.
The secret society.
So,
it's very secret, that's why we keep talking about it.
I believe it's Chewbacca's lover.
Mm-hmm.
He brought up this thing that I wanted to actually talk about. Because I thought he brought up some points that I hadn't thought about or whatever. Or hadn't necessarily...
Are you going to talk about the faithful adaptation thing, or...?
Specifically...
Because you and him line up quite a bit.
We do. Specifically MCU Spider-Man, and what is taking Spider-Man too far from being Spider-Man and just another teenage superhero. Because when he starts bringing up some of that stuff, I'm like, you're not wrong. Like when he talks about like Spider-Man doesn't have anybody to talk to, and Spider-Man doesn't have people to cover for him. His parents don't know, and when you go back to those Lee Ditko stuff, he's not wrong. I'm used to that stuff with Miles and with Ultimate later on. But I can almost understand.
Time since we've had that kind of thing.
But I can understand that to some degree.
Are my standards too low with this kind of thing? Where like, for me, it's kind of enough just that we didn't do the Dan Slott stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of enough just that he's not running like his own company and he's not.
A lot of people think we might get there.
And I mean, I also think
Dan Slott's run will be forgotten by the time he is old enough to run a company, so we're safe. I think we're safe.
I also think it's important to remember that that like they only had a 2-film contract. I thought they had 3. Apparently, they only had 2 with Sony. And if Sony doesn't sign off on making more, this will be the last Spider-Man thing we get in MCU.
He said in one of those interviews where he spoils things that he's making a 3rd one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said Spider-Man 3, and then they go, well, we knew you were making 2. We didn't know that there was. Everyone goes,
okay.
oh yeah,
How
there's a
recent
third
was
one.
that though? Because that could.
I don't know.
Changed.
It was in that compilation.
Okay, I don't know.
I thought it was 3, and then the
That's
Avengers
what I thought
film.
too, but
I wonder if Endgame ate up one of those movies because
Might have.
because it's not one movie, it's 2.
I didn't think about that.
Maybe.
But that was a thing that Midnight's Edge brought up in that video they posted today, where they said they're only contracted for 2, and I didn't know that.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He talks about that in that whole what Disney is doing with Fox thing.
Interesting. Okay, I missed that.
I think it was that video. Maybe it was a different video. I forget. But they talked about it.
But,
So unless they're wrong, and they are sometimes wrong. So I don't know. But
so I'm not used to Peter having somebody to talk to about being Spider-Man, and especially Aunt May knowing. Like that's a pretty consistent thing for the past at least 20 years. I'm a J.D. Mateus in Spider-Man 400 reveals that Aunt May has known at least for a while, if not all along. And then she dies, and then she's not actually dead. It was an actress.
like the Jim Gordon thing.
Yeah. And then JMS has her find out, because we kind of retconned all that stuff away. So JMS has her find out, and then eventually spoilers, she will find out in Ultimate.
I knew that though.
Well, yes, of course, because he's dead. Eventually, she has to find out he's dead.
But also
she gives Miles.
Also,
his
I've
web
read the
shooters.
Miles stuff, so I know that.
Well, that's what I meant, is that she shows up, clearly at some point, at least after he died, she found out
And she did not make them herself.
No. That would be dumb.
Well, although, that movie is at least consistent in the logic of that, because Miles also says he made his costume.
Which he did not.
And he did not make his costume. So making things in that just means I spray painted something. That's what it means.
But,
my wife made this bookshelf. She spray painted it.
she made it herself.
She made it herself.
I wouldn't even. Well, I would say made it myself if I bought one of those the shelves I have in my room where you put it together. I kind of made
You
that
say
myself.
that, but this was already intact, and we just spray painted it.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't say that.
But I think he kind of has a point. I'm not saying it's changing my opinion on what the MCU did with that, but yeah, traditionally Spider-Man doesn't have anyone to talk to about being Spider-Man, especially in his teenage years.
Right.
And as he grows up, he gets more friends, and usually he'll have a love interest and
Mary Jane especially.
Mary Jane especially, he can talk to you about that. But when he started being yeah, that sounds like Terry McGinnis, that sounds like Blue Beetle, I was like, you're not wrong. That sounds like every other teen superhero.
Can I give you the argument for it?
Just modern?
No, not at all. The argument for it is adaptation to another medium. That is much, much harder to do on film, and it's part of the reason that there are things about, in my opinion, the Tobey Maguire movies that are kind of that are kind of clunky and spotty, because we try to do the voiceover thing to some degree, but we don't do a whole ton.
That is why you need someone to talk to.
And we're not in his head enough, and he would probably seem less whiny if he could just talk more. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe he would be more whiny because he was talking more. I don't know, but I'm just saying that if he had somebody to talk to about all that stuff, it would be easier. I would go this far. It would almost be easier to write him in more of a character-driven direction, where he can talk out things with a person, and then they can help guide him and set him on the right path. In comics, we are reading constant narration for Peter Parker.
Can I counterpoint that they actually did fix that and then still gave him gank? Karen. Karen is who he can talk to while he's swinging around.
It's not enough.
Okay.
It's not enough because it's an AI.
It functions very similar to internal monologue.
It does, but he's not actually talking any problems out.
But he could.
Well,
he
does do some of that.
He is talking about Liz, and
you're right about that.
I think they fixed that problem and don't need
well then my counter argument is the thing that you thought I was going to say in the first place, which is it probably appeals more to a modern teenage audience that way. It probably does,
and that's fine. It's not like all of a sudden I was like, you're right, this isn't Spider-Man. But I did think it was interesting, and I hadn't thought of it that way.
I think it would bother me in more of the way that it bothers him, Chewbacca's lover, if I hadn't read Miles. Because in a lot of ways, not just the gang thing, he is a kind of a combination of those two characters.
There's a lot of Miles in
And
here.
if we eventually bring in a live action Miles, that's going to be weird. It's going to be weird that he's
We
got
said
his
that with
best
Gank,
friend.
period.
Yeah, it's going to be weird that Peter's got his best friend but named something else. They should have just named him Gank in the first place, seriously.
Why is he dead leaves?
No good reason. And we're never going to get to see him be the Hobgoblin or not be the Hobgoblin.
Has there ever been a character from page 2 screen that looks as perfect as Gank?
No, and it's a shame because he's called something else.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Yep. But yeah, no, I thought that was something I kind of wanted to talk out because I thought he had valid points that I don't necessarily fully agree with, but I just thought it was an interesting.
I agree that's absolutely valid. But again, I think the main reason it doesn't bother me. Well, I think the main reasons it doesn't bother me is despite the dynamic being different from what we usually do, this guy is the closest to traditional Peter Parker in my mind.
Yeah, I agree.
That we've ever had.
I agree.
And secondly, again, I read Miles Morales and I liked that dynamic, and we're putting that on screen pretty well. So it feels faithful to a different source material to me. You know, where we are adapting something.
Yeah.
It's just with a different character.
I mean, and there's some
with the same character called something else.
And there's some Ultimate Peter in there, and like, yeah, I don't know, it just works
He's a
for
blend
me.
of three characters, isn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah, he's traditional Peter, Ultimate Peter, and Miles.
Yeah, and it works.
Yeah, and I can also see him growing up to be, at least what I see Peter Parker growing up to be, which is kind of the JMS stuff. Like I see him growing into the older Peter that I think of as the older Peter, and yeah, no, it just works for me. But I thought it was interesting. I was like, yeah, it's not wrong that like a lot of that is not Spider-Man things, but it are things that we gave to other teenage characters. But I would also say,
Yeah.
that some of that, especially in later stuff like Miles, is an updating and modernizing that makes sense that we did with those characters. So now Spider-Man is playing a little bit of catch-up. When he is trying to be a modern, is, okay, well, a lot of teen superheroes, especially like Blue Beetle, like his whole family knows he's Blue Beetle. Like, it makes sense that you're... So, like, I think that's just how that archetype has altered, and Spider-Man is now... in the mold that has been built, that he started, and other people expanded upon, and we don't want to leave Spider-Man in the dust. So you take those things, and you keep building, right? Like, that's how it works.
Yeah, you know what makes him feel less like Spider-Man, though, too? Because the more I'm thinking about this, I'm like...
technological suit.
Yes, but what I'm... And that doesn't bother me as much as I guess it ought to, but... no, I'm thinking about how I've always looked at Spider-Man, and I think the deal is, I have two brains about this, where the MCU won me over on this character, and a lot of things I like about him are the things that I think about as traditional Spider-Man, but a lot of it is also just, he seems like a fully realized character.
Yeah.
I don't really care, to a degree, I'm not comparing it as much. I can point to the things that it's reminding me of about Spider-Man that I'm loving, but you know what it's missing? And this might be part of what Chewbacca's lover's getting at, although I don't want to put words in his mouth. He's not yet, could get there, anything like as tragic as what I usually think about for Peter Parker. And part of that is that guy does end up, despite himself not wanting to be like this, a loner. Like Peter always winds up in like a loner place.
He pushes people away a lot.
And also just like in trying to do the responsible thing, he has to make sacrifices, and there are always consequences to his actions, whether he does positive things or negative things.
But doesn't he get that with Liz? Isn't that what happens with Liz in the first movie?
It is what happens with Liz in the first movie, but you had a Spider-Man movie where he didn't get anybody killed. You know, and that's like really unusual.
Yeah, but isn't that also refreshing?
No, it is.
Because it's not like somebody dies every Spider-Man comic. Like,
that's true.
In Stan Lee's run...
I'm not saying that somebody would... He gets somebody killed in every Spider-Man movie either, but it feels like that to me, as we're talking about it.
Well, we just keep seeing Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
We just keep reliving that death.
Well, and I don't think it helps people that we haven't actually seen that or talked about it yet. I mean, he's been in 4 movies and we haven't talked about it yet.
I also think that Homecoming is the first Spider-Man that's looking at Romita Stan Lee, not Ditko Stan Lee.
That's right.
Which I think the other 2 movies are looking at Ditko. Which I mean, I love the Ditko stuff. But it's interesting because Ditko built that foundation. I don't know if you know this. Spider-Man was a popular title, like all the Marvel books were. he is not Spider-Man until Romita sales-wise. Like, that book spikes when Romita comes on. It makes sense to pull from that stuff.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, so I just thought that was an interesting idea, and
Yeah, it is.
text is a little bit difficult to go back and forth on exactly, but I just wanted to explore that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just thought it was interesting.
No, I'm with you. I mean, I agree with a lot of things he's saying, or I get why he feels that way.
Yeah, yes. But
I have to somewhat work backwards because it won me over.
Yeah, same here. Like I don't inherently love a lot of the Iron Man stuff with Peter, but then I saw the movie, and I'm like, well, no, that works completely with this version of Peter in this universe. It makes sense.
It helps that it's not the first adaptation.
Yes.
It helps that you got to see something closer to what you think of as classic, even if it was a little flawed, with both of the previous franchises. I mean, in some ways, Andrew Garfield is closer to my Spider-Man, I guess.
Yeah, he's moodier. He literally becomes the McFarlane 300 cover.
Yes, he does, and that's great because I love that. But yeah,
he shoots webs at you.
We got about 5 minutes left. Can I throw something out real quick?
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to just mention. I don't know. There's a whole lot of discussion with this.
Let me just keep saying I think this is interesting. I'm not saying that I agree with it. I just think it's. Let me just keep saying that over and over. I just think it's worth discussing.
Okay, but like, if we didn't have anything else to talk about, then I would understand why you're filling time. But I want to talk about something.
I'm filibustering.
I am. Eric does not want me to have any more topics. He is filibustering. Eric, I am really conflicted about, and I guess I've brought this up before, but it keeps evolving, so I'm going to mention it again. And some of you guys know about this already because of the video that I put out about digital comics a few weeks ago. I'm in a really weird place with comic reading right now and comic collecting. I feel like a traitor. I feel really weird about it. I did a thing today I've never done before. And
did you read something digitally that you own physically?
Yeah, I read this digitally. And it was sitting next to me. And I could have cracked it open and read it, but I pulled it out.
It's a little water damage.
But that's not why I did it, though.
Yeah.
But I read it digitally. I don't know what it is. I'm really enjoying doing that.
Interesting.
I'm getting to where I like reading digital better than I like print, or at least the moment.
Did you read it on your phone?
It could change.
Or did you read it on a tablet?
I read it here.
Okay, that makes way more sense. That makes way more sense.
No, I wouldn't have done it on my phone. This is almost the right size. This is a little bigger. But this is close to that size. It's backlit. I can read it in any lighting. I don't have to worry about turning on enough lights.
You don't have to worry about holding it like this and bending the cover.
I don't have to worry about damaging the book in any way, and I'm reading faster when I'm reading on a tablet.
Interesting.
Like, I'm getting through things quicker, but it's sticking with me better. And my eyes tend to get heavy when I read, and I start to get kind of sleepy, and I'm not having that when I'm reading on a tablet. I almost think in a weird way it's better on my eyes.
Which is weird, because that's the opposite of everything I've ever been told about screens.
Yeah, but I have weird eyes.
That fair.
So I don't know what that is, but like, it's making me feel very different about comics, and I'm not sure what to do with it. Where it's like, why do I need to own as much if I'm reading digitally? Like, I still like collecting comics, and there's still stuff that I want to collect just because it's cool to have first editions of things and stuff like that. I still have somewhat of a collector mentality, but it's making it really difficult to decide what to hang on to and what. Like, I could save a lot of money by not buying.
Like, do you
comics.
need all the X-Men?
Yeah.
You have had for years and have never read and can read on Marvel Unlimited right now if you really want to read it.
Exactly.
Because X-Men's not your thing.
It has become more of my thing over the years. That is one of the things.
I feel like it's gone the other way.
Oh, really?
Well, just because the X-Men sucked for like 10 years. Well,
sure, but collecting older stuff is still exciting for me, is what I'm saying. With X-Men.
So I would think you could prioritize like Batman and Spider-Man and Tick and things like that.
I probably would. I think X-Men would still be in that list. Daredevil would be in that list. Some of it is because I have so much of it already that it's fun to gap fill it. It's like I have like 500 issues of X-Men, so when I find old X-Men, it's fun to gap fill it.
Well, and you.
But there's other things where... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, and you already read Simonson's Thor, and you're kind of not like actively, but you're collecting that run as well.
Yeah.
I could see moving forward collecting the runs you like.
Exactly.
Or now have some kind of attachment to.
Because I'm not
as
collecting
opposed to
stuff
collecting
to read as much, and digital, especially for older stuff, digital allows me to still read it without having to risk damaging my blogs.
Mm.
And so
Especially
there's
for some of that older stuff.
an incentive not to read the copies I have, and like it's you're not reading it faded, and that kind of thing. But it makes me feel it feels blasphemous because I've always been such an advocate for print.
Can I tell you what I believe is a huge advantage for the Marvel Unlimited service versus what I do? Which is...
Well, and you mean at all, right? Because, I mean, I'm using Marvel Unlimited, but I'm also using DC, and I'm using Comixology.
But I'm talking
specifically Marvel? Okay,
specifically Marvel.
Sure.
Marvel is releasing... Almost everything Marvel releases now has been digitally recolored. So, like, I will be watching a documentary about comics, and I will see pages, and I'm like, boy, that looks beautiful. But then when I look at it in my trades...
That's not what it looks like.
It's a little bit flatter because it's been digitally recolored. It's not different colors; it's just different.
Okay.
Those come from issues.
Is there a purity that's lost?
I think so.
Can we complain that I'm not?
No, I definitely think so.
Okay.
And
so that's a knock against doing it this way.
No. That's a knock against doing it in trade.
Oh, I see.
Because
I see.
There's a.
Oh, okay. So it's not digitally recolored when it's put it.
No, it's digitally recolored in trade. The colors are flatter than they are in the actual book.
But if you're reading the issues even on a screen,
because those are scanned from the issues themselves.
So you're actually it's more vibrant and stuff.
You're actually getting closer to the original experience.
Yeah.
Than me reading in trade. Like I've got the Amazing Spider-Man omnibus. I've got the first 3 of them. 4's coming out. I'm excited about that.
Cool.
I should actually read those. And not just read half of Ditko again and again. Just, actually go back and read through all that stuff. But but like, I don't think those colors represent what those books look like on the page. Like, I don't know, there's something flatter about it, and like I'm reading through Tomb of Dracula, and it's, it looks good, but like, when I see pictures of Tomb of Dracula, it looks better.
Well, and this translates to DC too, because they're scanning the actual comic pages, and I bet if I read Killing Joke, it'd be the original colors.
I would wonder if they would give you both options.
Maybe they would. And sometimes they give you the
like
trade and the singles, and you can pick which one you want to read. But I guess for me, moving forward, and I've only been doing this for a few weeks, so I'd be like, it could just be...
The excitement, new...
Yeah, like I'm kind of excited about that format and just having that thing I can carry around. But it might be that down the road that wears off and I miss doing it the way I always did it before. But like, I read that Power Rangers graphic novel Soul of the Dragon the other day on that.
How is that?
Now I'm not in a hurry to buy it because I've read it, And I did a review, I just haven't posted it yet.
Okay.
But it's, boy, the first half of it is great. Like, it's just killer. And then it gets a little bit more plotty, like more of a Power Ranger thing. But like it starts, I don't know. It feels like it's going to be a lot more of a character piece than it is. But I'll tell you about it later.
That sounds like his run on Power Rangers.
Yeah, but I think it's the best thing he's written on Power Rangers.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I wish we could live in that status quo for a while. I mean, it is Old Man Tommy, and I wish it was. I wish we could do a run that way. I wish it would be like 12 issues of that. I mean, explore that world more because there were so many characters I wanted to meet in the future of that. It also has a great sense of continuity. Like, they deal with the Zordon wave.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's still stuff after the Zordon wave?
Yeah. Like, Tommy and Finster are friends.
Oh.
Because Finster's not evil anymore.
Well, yes, of course.
And he's just an artist in his apartment, making stuff. And, like, they haven't seen each other in, like, 10 years. And, like, but they're, like, really good friends. And he talks about how, like, everybody that was evil made choices that got them to go evil. They didn't start off that way. And there's this character, there's this villain in the background called the Witch that everybody thinks is going to be Rita Repulsa. And spoiler alert, it ends up being somebody else. But it's pretty obvious it's not going to be her. And but for a minute, there's this interesting idea of where Finster's like, well, I think it's Rita, and it's going to be a shame if it turns out that she's just made all the same bad choices again. Like, that's really interesting. But yeah, it's just the continuity that's really cool.
That sounds cool.
But anyway, so that's the thing I read. But for me right now, it's like the things I really want to collect, of course, I still really want to buy. But if I was buying things just to read them, there's kind of no reason anymore. With all the subscriptions I have, and I'm paying like $25 a month for all the subscriptions that I have.
That's substantially less than your pull list.
Yeah, and it gives me an amazing range.
What is your pull list down to?
Like $6.
That's great.
It's Ninja Turtle stuff. I need to go to the store, but it's Ninja Turtle stuff. It's Power Ranger stuff. I'm still buying Batman. Because I've just been buying it this whole time. There's other stuff that I'm gonna like Venom. I'll buy the rest of later on and stuff like that. But
and Batman's one of those books. I think Spider-Man can be like this too. You want to keep that on your pull list because there is going to be an issue where something big happens and they're gonna hike up the price later.
And it's gonna be $50 for 3 years.
Yeah, you just keep those 2 books on your pull list because something's
Spider-Man
gonna,
maybe I should put back on. That's a good point. But yeah,
because that's already happened at least once in Tom King's run with the wedding issue.
Yes.
The proposal issue as well.
It happened with Venom with issue 3 with that whole crazy the first appearance of somebody.
That's gonna go back down.
It might have already.
No.
I forget.
Gnock.
Maybe you're right the first time. I forget. But anyway, but the point I was making is the 2 big reasons to be unsure of whether the way I'm thinking about going with this is a good idea is I don't know if I'll be able to have these subscriptions forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happens when one of these companies folds and this stuff's not available anymore? Because right now...
It's a Netflix thing.
Yeah, but right now, none of those companies are changing things in and out. Like, DC was doing that, where, like, every month they take some things out and they put some things in, but now they're going to have their entire library. I wouldn't have done this until DC said entire digital library. And it was like, all right, I'm in. I'm all in on the digital. I got Marvel and DC, and it's almost the entire library of both. I'm all in. I wish they had kid stuff. Have I told you about that?
No, yes, because they don't have kid stuff because it's not a 4-kid streaming service.
Which I think is faulty logic.
Yeah, because they have cartoons on there.
Yeah, really faulty logic. Why do they have Super Friends? Why do they have Super Friends?
No. That's fair because no kid's gonna watch that because it's fucking boring. It's for 40-year-old guys that grew up with it.
Yeah, I guess.
Do they have Just League Action?
No.
So they don't have, or do they have Teen Titans Go?
No.
So they don't have the kids' cartoons. They have cartoons that you and I grew up with that, while appropriate for kids, are there for us, not for the young audience.
And to be fair, they did put all of the animated series comic continuity on there.
Oh, that's great.
So like,
because that's also not for kids. That's for us.
Okay. So they're consistent. All right.
You know what?
You just ruined a whole section of a scripted video, Eric. God damn it.
I at least appreciate them coming out and saying that, because we said from the get-go, so what? All their shows are going to be R-rated adult shows? Well, if they're saying that this isn't for kids, this is for adults, this is for comic fans.
They at least know their audience.
Yeah, they're at least being consistent. They're making this.
They're also being very transparent. I mean, like on their forum, like if you actually go into their forum and you read the stuff that they're posting, like they tell you a lot about what they're doing. And
that's good.
It's great. I mean, they seem to really care about the people that are trying to enjoy their service.
That's
which I'm impressed with,
especially with how
it was
it launched.
So half-assed the way it started. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
I guess they just got the right people in there. But anyway, I just want to bring that up. I feel weird about it. I don't know what to do about it, but I'm really enjoying digital right now, and I just have so much access. It's hard to prioritize buying stuff, and it's nice to save money. You know,
that makes sense.
And also, I can stay 6 months current, like 6 months behind on Marvel and a year behind on DC. And I have not been that current lately anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway. Well, folks, thanks a lot for watching. Sure appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. And we will be back with you in a few weeks for another one. Eric, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
Hope you had a good time.
Yeah.
And we will see everybody again soon. If you are not part of the Secret Society, it is just $5 a month. So if you're just at the $2 tier, it would just be a $3 bump. And we are having so much fun there. We encourage you to maybe try it out for a month, see if you like it. And we would love to see some more folks in there, and we've been chatting in there a lot. So I mean, like if you pop in there and there's something you want to talk about superhero movies, you'll hear from me within a day or a few hours. And lots of other folks in there. Dan's in there. I invited Duke. I haven't seen him yet. I'm hoping he pops in.
I haven't seen Duke yet either.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who DJ's in there.
DJ is in there.
Connor's in there.
Connor is in there.
Eric's got one job. It's stupid, but he's going to do it. Anyway, thanks again for watching, folks. I am Captain Logan.
I'm Eric.
Bye, everybody.